Hello and welcome back to another video here with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV, continuing our look at patch 5.55 goodness. This time around we're looking at something that I didn't even know was in the game, honestly, until I had completed the Zadnor storyline. Now, obviously I'm going to give people a chance to obviously turn off the video if they've not completed that. I'll give you a few seconds, but this is basically a housing item, that does imply the ending of Zadnor, so hopefully you've made the decision if you want to continue watching or not. Right, so for those of you still watching, this housing item becomes available as soon as you complete the Zadnor storyline. This is actually on the epilogue after you have completed the Dalriada large-scale assault. When you come back to any of the Save the Queen areas, it can be either Bosja or, of course, Zadnor itself, it doesn't matter. Go to a Resistance Quartermaster, the one over here in Bosja is just to the west of the camp here of Uchia's Aegis, and talk to them. You can exchange clusters for some new items as we saw previously, but these are brand new appearing, including the Diablo armament card, which is a spoiler for the last boss of the actual Dalriada, which is why we told people if they hadn't completed it not to watch this. And then there's also the Queen's Rest tabletop item, of which you can get for 10 Bosjan clusters. Now, if you've seen the end cutscene, then you will know exactly what this tabletop item is. It says, a monument fashioned in the likeness of the Holy Blade Save the Queen, as sealed in its binding stone. This is quite an interesting item. Before we get ourselves ahead of ourselves, just to quickly show you that particular new card. I think that would be a cool idea. What page would this be on? I think it's number 11. There we go. The Diablo armament is a 9 left, 9 bottom, 4 north and 4 east card. It's a 4-star, entry 312, which is quite a nice card to have. And if you're wondering where that's from, then you need to complete the Dalriada if you want to go for that. I know a lot of people are working towards their triple triad mount. If you're missing one, well, that's what you have to do. I'm afraid you can't skip the Bosja stuff this time around. Anyway, we've picked up the housing item last time, so let's leave this duty and teleport over to the house and give you a good demonstration. Personally, 5.55 has given me a lot of joy. It's also given me a lot of pain and suffering as well. I'm trying to get all the field notes for a new mount, which I want to put into a video at some point. A lot of people have contacted me via my business email asking if I wanted to record their mount. I will politely decline because I want to try and achieve this myself, if that's okay. But I do appreciate people reaching out to me. That is always nice to see. But this particular bike item I don't want help with, so that's what you get if you complete your field notes. Anyway, back to the task at hand. As you can see, if I can find it, where have I put it? There it is. Okay, cool. This housing item is a little bit special for obvious reasons, because it's related to the end of that MSQ, but it also is special because it creates a source of light. Look at how much light that is actually radiating. Very interesting. It's also radiating steam as well. Look, if we move it around the screen, you'll see that we get a trail of steam or smoke left behind, which is quite fun. I wonder if I can write my name. Write my name in Steam. But yeah, I think this is a really nice item. But to best appreciate this, it's obviously going to mean that we could turn off the house lights here, go into first person and rotate this round. But personally, I was over the moon when I learnt that this was even a thing. All throughout the storyline you see Gunhilda's blade and you can't touch it yourself. I always wondered what would happen if we were to wield this ourselves. Would we become Queen Gunhilda? What would happen? I love these runes as well, flowing down the actual stone itself as well as around it. I think that's absolutely epic. And it's this sort of like obsidian slate rock, basically this sealed stone. There's nothing more epic than something like this, is there? This is a really nice item, and all yours for the low price of 10 clusters, which is very easily obtainable. So yeah, they've made this obtainable. It is a very nice item. You're not limited to how many of these you can have in your estate as well. And I think the amount of light that this provides is quite interesting. A lot of people like combining housing items to make other housing items. I can see this fully being the case as well. Look at it. It basically creates a perfect spotlight on the floor, doesn't it? It's almost like Luigi's Mansion or something, you know what I mean? Like, or the searchlights in Metal Gear Solid that go across and suddenly they're like, and then alert status. I don't know. I'm just playing around now. But yeah, I can imagine me clipping this onto there and it looking pretty good up there, perhaps. But yeah, there's lots of interesting uses we could have for this, especially clipping stuff over that to just make use of the steam effect and the spotlight effect. I can imagine that people will go wild when it comes to the creation aspect of using this. Very cool item. Appears to be non-solid as well. Oh! It has an interaction! I didn't even know that! That was accidental. So you can click in it to interact with it and it summons Gunhilda. Look at that! That's crazy! So we just click on it, and there she is. And I believe they've reused the model from the minion. And it glows blue. Isn't that interesting? So us touching the blade itself summons Gunhilda. That's really cool. That is really cool. I was ready to end the video and everything. It also creates this weird sort of sound. Let's turn up the volume. Is it ambient? Oh, it's the ambient track. Interesting. Off. On. Off. On. Who knew primals were like light switches at the end of the day? Well, that's interesting. That's even cooler than I expected it to be. There we go. If you were curious about this housing item, hopefully that has answered a few questions. Personally, it's answered a few that I didn't even know were questions. But yeah, much love. Let me know if you've got this one yet, if you plan to do anything with this in your house, if you're as surprised as I am. And I'll see you all next time. Much love. And yeah, we'll be raiding the Dalriada and the rest of it on our streams on twitch.tv/Meoni for the foreseeable future. If you're into that and you want a chill place to hang out, then feel free to check out my Twitch channel. There'll be a link in the description. But much love. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you all next time. This is really surprising. I like this quite a lot.